to add this browser thing. Let me see here. Here. I don't know how to do this. I've never used a browser for this. I just kind of found one online, and I am going to use it. It's on some type of wheel picker thing. Oh, wait, that's a different browser. That's literally for my chat. I don't want to cancel that one. Let me have a new browser source. What if I do that like that? Does that work? Hey! Cool. I like how it's like on a green screen thingy. Well, you can kind of see it. I don't know. I don't think making it any bigger is gonna... I actually don't know how to... Can I, like, center it? No, that just centers that. Well, it's half cut off. But I just have all the jobs on here for the fun of it. So, I want to use this to figure out what job I'm playing. Does this work? It doesn't spin. 1 second. Well, it chose Pictomancer, if you can believe that. Well, that was the wheel, anyway. But it chose Pictomancer. So that's fun. I wish I knew how to get this to actually work. So I can prove it. Let me see. I have a better idea. Let me remove that. I just removed my chat. Oops. Can I undo? Am I able to undo? I just messed something up. Well, I will have to add chat back to the thing. Properties. You know what? I could probably literally just do it with the wheel browser thing. Sorry, having some technical difficulties because I'm a bit of an idiot. Chat box. Copy. OBS URL. Okay. Does that work? There it goes. Have that up. Let me try to figure out this another way. What if I just did like, what is it, window capture? And did it for my Firefox. Don't worry about that. Ah, there we go. That's what it shows. That's just like a quick little thing to show that it chose Pictomancer. So, we're going to be doing Picto. Cool. Oh, why in the world am I wearing that? able to fully apply Glamour Plate. Why? Oh, because of the weapon. That's right. Do-do-do-do. Alright, let's go paint up Palace of the Dead. Make sure my sustaining potions are where I can find them. Ah, my floor 171 that failed. Enter with a fixed party? Yes, on floor 1. I get to hit one button the whole time. Yay. So, you get to do this on a caster. I mean, it's so different than what was last time, at least. Last time was Machinist, and I got all the way to 170 and exploded. Honestly, I should go ahead and just eat a cookie for the extra damage. I'm killing them in one shot, so it's not taking off Jog. That's kind of interesting. Slap it with the paintbrush. It's been a minute since I played Picto. I had a little spell where I was playing it a good bit. Can't wait to get, like, Smudge. Be able to scoot around Palace of the Dead. Hello? Mr. Fire Sprite? Get on the wall, please. And until I clear, I'm going to just be rolling that random wheel. Wheel. Until I get a clear and solo Palace of the Dead. Bright side, Picto is pretty strong at low levels, so... I'll find more of these. Trying to speed up. Like, we gotta get all the way through. I have arrow and green now. And the casting is fast enough to where I can back off and pretty safe for the most part. Luckily, each time it's going to be a new learning experience. Because I did get the 100 and something in the past as Picto, but basically what happened on the one run with the frog is what happened on the run where I was doing it on Picto. It going to me, it brought me into a trap and killed me. So, on the bright side, I can't accidentally spam my shrink pots. Let's put some hypo potions on the hot bar. There we go. It's like I don't have int potions because I don't play casters in high-end content at the moment. I'm gonna go ahead and go kill some things in here. I'm gonna start not being as frugal with my pomanders too if I can help it. Until I actually need to be. Okay, I was gonna say, where did I put Sprint? Honestly, should have eaten some of my Ether Pull. I might do that next time. I don't really get anything until level 30, so I get to be one button gang. There's a treasure room, and I get a lot of XP out of this. Ooh, intuition. Another intuition. Flight and a silver. Don't need the silver, so. Fortune. I'm just using affluences as I get them to increase the amount of coffers to grab and put up my commander stuff quickly. Keep trying to go for where Sprint's at on Reaper. Get bonked. Steal. Where's all the enemies? Ooh, a Hipposurf. There's also a Goblin hiding around the corner. Nice, the strength. I was gonna refresh this when I have, and guess I'm on the boss in the next 1 minute, because I'm not gonna worry about using it on the boss. It's like I'm not that worried of Honestly, I could put sustaining potions, like, somewhere I can easily get it. Like, I'm not gonna have Rainbow Drip at this level, so. Heck, I don't even think I get. Because of the Heaven Sword to level 60. So. I think the most I get is Hammer and Moogle. I have Flint's. He's on the last floor. I don't know if I want to bother using Intuition or not. I guess I could. Source that'll happen. Maybe I just heard it. Oh yeah, it's right there. I guess if I absolutely need it, I have sleep. Get the last few things off this floor. Palace Yarzen. Oh, nice, a strength. So I'll have strengths to start just kind of using on the top of each floor. I gotta bother using one right now because we're like at the boss, so. Maim and Mend. Isn't that increased potency on my attacks? Get the boss at level 21. I think it's a pretty good start. To the boss in under 15 minutes too, so. Be able to keep up this pace, I'll be doing alright to get pretty far today. didn't realize that you slow on me. Alright. Onward. Explore. Oh, right. I was gonna start using strength at the top of the floor. Just to speed it up. Probably gonna speed through these first, like, 100 floors as fast as I can. Take a little bit of a different approach to how I've been doing it. I used an alteration for an affluence for this floor, so we'll go around and check for coffers real quick. Okay, nothing special. Just frog. I'll be looking for the, oh, there it is. I get more XP than not, so definitely worth killing. Oh, I now have an AoE spell. What's in this one? Intuition? I guess. So this was right here. Alright, so level 30 I get the creature motive. And level 50 I get hammer, and level 60 I get subtractive palette. Alright, not too bad. I'll be able to manage all that pretty well. bit. Ninky Nanka. Excuse me. Oh, I must have picked up a skill earlier and didn't apply it. Or pick it up. Why else would I use this steel? Let's go. I'm gonna start just blasting things. Oh, there's the key. Let's go. Ooh, a site. Oh, it's a boring player. Excuse me. I don't know why I'm yawning so much right now. Nice, thanks. Where's the key? Just gotta unlock it. Hi, Rick. What's up? Everything. I've played 14 since the PS3. Been kind of there for a while. I've honestly been a big fan. I love the story. I love the characters. I've met a lot of amazing people through it too. Honestly, met a lot of good people and everything. Just the content's fun. There's just so many things I could gush about this game for a while. Mostly, I love all the references and stuff too, and the music, the gameplay I enjoy. There's, like I said, the story is a big factor too. I love doing the raids. I'm big into doing raid tier stuff. Deep Dungeons, what I'm doing right now, is some of the content I really enjoy. It's basically randomized, in a sense, floors as you're going down, and you can either do it with as many people as you want, but there's an achievement that you can get for doing it solo, which is what I've been trying to get. But it's pretty difficult. There's just so much. I just really like 14. It's not the type of game I would stream for the story, though, because I feel like that would be very boring to watch. I'm mostly here for just some solo content and stuff, mostly. Like, when I do raids and stuff, also, I'm just doing that with friends and everything. I normally don't. I'm not gonna stream that or in PF because I get exhausted with PF sometimes, which is Party Finder. But playing through the story and everything is always a lot of emotional moments and stuff. I love how everything's written and everything. Wait, I need to eat. Should I use a strength? Maybe. I think I'm alright right now. But I feel like this is just kind of a nice thing to play in between other streams that I want to do. Like I said, I did start up 9 after I beat 6, but this is just kind of like a nice change of pace from the turn-based stuff. Something a little different. Not to mention I have something to do on 14 in about a couple hours from now. So I just wanted to pop in a quick stream and get another run of this started. Because last time I did this on stream, I got up to floor 180 and died. And when you die, you have to restart all over, because that's just how the deep dungeons and stuff work. If you die past a certain floor set, you have to restart. You cannot pick back up from that point. Which I think in the newer one that's coming out, this patch, there's gonna be some changes to that to where they we don't have 100% of the details, but what it sounds like, they're adding more checkpoints in a sense, but we won't really know that until probably another couple of months from now. It's mostly everything. There's a lot for me to say about this game that I enjoy. It's definitely not for everyone, though. I know MMOs are a bit of a very type of different thing, but I really don't play a lot of MMOs. But the only ones I've put any amount of time into recently have been the Final Fantasy ones. Yeah. No, the, Yoshida picking this game up and giving it giving us what it is now is honestly incredible. Like, if you ever look at old videos from 1.0 and stuff, it basically, to me, just looks like Final Fantasy 11. And 11 is definitely a very special game, that's for sure. I've got to keep myself healed. I gotta remember I'm a caster right now. Also, one thing I like about 14 is kind of how accessible it is for new players to get into. Because they've basically made the first 3 expansions free to play, or first 2 expansions free to play, not and the base game. And heck, at some point they might add even more, who knows. And there was that meme, it's like, oh yeah, you can play Final Fantasy XIV for free up to level 60 in the award-winning Heavensward expansion. But now it's like, oh, you can play it up to level 70 in the expansion Stormblood and whatnot. And just how many different systems people can play it on and stuff. Heck, they've even had talks about bringing it to the Nintendo Switch and whatnot, which I think would be kind of neat. Being able to play it in handheld and whatnot. I guess if you have a Steam Deck, you can already kind of do that. I feel like handheld mode would be really nice to lay back with and just like gather and craft. I might actually get into gathering. It's like I play this game on controller, personally. Normally you would have like standard hotbar set up, but since I played this game since the PS3, because I think I've been playing this game since around 2014. That's when the Free Company was made. I'm just so used to playing it in the controller, I can't pick up keyboard and mouse. Speaking of keyboard and mouse, when I play Final Fantasy IX again, I've really got to figure out why my controller wasn't working. Either try a different controller or like something, because that was kind of infuriating during the Tetramaster tutorial when I wasn't able to move my card until I found out I had to do it with a mouse, like on a, because it's basically a port of an iOS, the phone version. Uh-oh. Oops. I can't wait to get level 60. Do not kill me, please. I just stepped on the bomb. I liked the remake when I played it when I had a PlayStation. They are both available on Steam now, I think. I just don't have them personally. If they ever go on sale and I'm able to have an income again, they're definitely being Final Fantasy games on my list of things to get. They're both on my wish list, so they're definitely on my list of games to play at some point, because they're different from the original 7. So I'm definitely going to play the original one as well, and I think it would be cool to try to play all the Final Fantasy or all the Final Fantasy 7 games, like Crisis Core included. I want to get Crisis Core. What they call that one? Reunion. I definitely plan on sitting down and playing through those as soon as I'm able to buy them. Finances have been really tight lately, so I'm doing all the ones I have and everything, so I like were pretty fun. At first, I was kind of very, I guess, skeptical about them. And then I played through them and I had a good time. I never beat Rebirth though before I had to get rid of my PS5. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun to be able to see the whole game once I'm able to get them again. And I know recently they announced that we'll be getting more news about the third one soon. I believe, I'm just gonna check real quick. I don't think it'll hurt anything. I do believe that Rebirth is also on Steam. I think they're both on there now. Yeah, they're both on there. And heck, Remake's only $40 base now, so. Whenever a job place ever gets me called back, I'll be able to, hopefully, be able to buy some new games to play on stream and whatnot after. Right now I have a pretty big list of things that I'm planning on playing. Like I said, along with the Shin Megami Tensei and Persona games, some stuff that's not Final Fantasy. And since we're starting 9 being a bit longer of a Final Fantasy game, that's definitely going to be like on my list of something to start soonish. Along with the 7 games, I also plan on getting 16 and being able to play that one, and I have some other Square Enix RPGs I wouldn't mind playing through again, like Chrono Trigger. That's one I wouldn't mind grabbing on Steam at some point and playing through it again. My wish list is kind of full of things right now that wouldn't mind playing on stream at some point. And as I say, the only ones I don't, as far as Final Fantasy games go, the only ones I don't plan on playing are, what is it, 11 and 14 through the story. I don't plan on doing any 11 content. I don't ever pay for that game. Actually, I don't think I've heard of that. Lunar Silver Star Story. Actually, I haven't heard of that one before. Is that, I'm gonna look it up. I'm curious now. Look it up after I get done with these 2 floors, because I don't want to, I'm not gonna run out of time, but I don't want something to spawn and kill me while I'm looking at it. I think it's just my footsteps. site. Make this floor look safer. So that was a landmine, I could do it funny, but I shouldn't try to blow myself up while fighting things. Try to get a couple more levels. I'm trying to remember what level the boss on this floor was. It was like 48 or something like that. I've only ever heard about Absolute Virtue. Absolute Virtue is actually in 14 in certain content, but it's not, you know, it's not just a wacky whatever it is. 11, I've only ever really played when they have the Return to Vana'diel campaign, where it's like a free login period. So, I actually played it some recently with one of my friends. We're not even that far into the game. We haven't even, like, got past the main, like, first main story or anything. It's a really wacky game, though. As long as I keep healing going, this shouldn't be that bad. I believe Absolute Virtue is in the Baldessian Arsenal in this game. It's a part of the Stormblood Field Operations. Eureka. That'd be how you got like relic weapons and stuff. I know they have a minion based on Absolute Virtue too. So much slower on this floor. One, two. Three. Yeah, for sure. I actually have the Lunar Whale mount. It was a cash shop item that was a gift to me. I have a bunch of different little things and stuff. Like, heck, there's a raid series that has X-Death and Kefka. as well. And just like bosses from 6. I think the bosses for Alpha Escape is Phantom Train, Chatternook, Guardian, and Kefka. And then like they have Final Fantasy V ones, which was Alteroyet, Halicarnassus, Calamity, and then X-Deaths. And Savage Mode had Neo X-Death too. And Savage Mode had God Kefka for Kefka. The most recent story and stuff was Final Fantasy IX related. So like there's a boss that's kind of like Beatrix. And there's just straight up Necron, the final boss to 9. It's got a bunch of cool stuff like that. Oh, took a little bit longer because I was a little underleveled, but that's fine. Yeah, there was something I was gonna do. Oh yeah. Like, you're just bringing up, like, the references and stuff. There's definitely a lot. Like, I've got a bunch of mounts and stuff, like, what's a good example? It's a good example of, like, a reference thing. I don't know, remember this guy from Final Fantasy IX? I got began. I mean, Ozma is the final boss in Baldessian Arsenal and one of the bosses in Weeping City of Mach. There's also the Ozma mount. It's also a cube. Demi-Ozma. Oh yeah, the Lunar Whale, like you said. And plays the Lunar Whale music too, which is awesome. What else do I have? Oh, from Final Fantasy VIII, they have a Eden from Final Fantasy VIII. And what else we got? You probably recognize some of these songs if you played 4. You can probably guess who this is from. Being all fiery and stuff, and the color scheme. Honestly, I really like this version of Battle of the Four Fiends, though. They did a really good remix here. There's this one video at one point, I think I read that the person who made the video was like Hyadine or whatever, actually helped with his, with that version. Yeah. That one was Rubicante. This one is another one. The ending of Endwalker was very Final Fantasy IV. The windy one, Fabricia. And they have his name is escaping me off the top of my head. Zeramus? Zeramus. No. Yeah. Zeramus. The new mounts. These are technically that's from 6, I guess, but oh yeah, they had the Final Fantasy 16 event. You can get the Clive's dog Torgal. He's so cute. Oh yeah, Yokai Watch. Weird Yokai Watch event. I don't know if you've ever played Monster Hunter or not, but you know they've had collabs with Final Fantasy 14 as well. Monster Hunter World did one where it was Rathalos, and in Side World was Behemoth, and Monster Hunter Wilds is supposed to be doing one where in this game you fight Arkveld, and in Wilds you fight Omega, which Omega from 14, so I'm pretty sure it's the mount design / boss design. I don't know where my Omega mount is. Where is he? I don't see him. Could also just be blind, but... And Fall Guys. Because what hasn't had a collaboration with Fall Guys at this point? It's very funny. trying to think what else was references. The 7, the weapons. There's, where are they? It was, Shadowbringers, right? Like, you have a ruby weapon, diamond weapon, and, emerald weapon. Because the weapons were a big, whole storyline, too. Yeah, there they are. Rubicante, Golbez, Hermes. So, cool stuff, cool stuff. I really like this game and all the references and stuff, though. Music is, a lot of the remixes in this game for a lot of the songs. Where is Air Force? Since we just beat 6 the other day. Oh, there it is. They have the Air Force from the Alpha Escape raids. And it plays Dancing Mad. Air Force is really funny. I'm just kind of huddled in it. Which, by the way, I don't know if you... Yeah, my avatar is based on my 14 character as well. Yeah. Just showing off some stuff because you brought up the references and I like gushing about this game. Yeah, this was also a shop one. It's actually faster than all other mounts for some reason. So it's kind of pay to win if you think about it. Faster before getting riding maps. It's got like the faster speed enabled by default. And they had the Final Fantasy 15 event too, because they have the Regalia. You can get like Noctis's clothes. Yeah, I just really like this game. I can talk about it all day. But for now, should probably get back to doing the Palace of the Dead for the time being. Oh yeah, minions are also a thing. A lot of reference minions, too. They got like Red Mage, Warrior of Light, Furion, Onion Knight, Kain, Palom and Porom, Bartz, Poo Poo, Zidane and Garnet, Ramza from Tactics. That's a game I also really want to get, and I plan on playing. I think the Tactics Return to Evil East is coming back. It's coming out at the end of this month. I really want to get that. That's in Dragon Quest. 1 second. That actually might be a phone call I need to answer. It's a 256 number, so give me 1 second. Alright. Honestly, thank you, Rick, for making me hold off. Or not making me, but activating it to where I wanted to show off all this because I just got a job offer. So, awesome! Thank you. I appreciate that. With that, I'll actually be able to form a schedule as soon as I start getting a work schedule and stuff. So I'm spreading the good news. Alright. I gotta keep an eye out on my email, so I gotta periodically do that. Awesome. Awesome. Honestly, just holding me out for that long allowed me to be able to answer that phone call and not be in the middle of the floor set. Let me make sure I'm on my email so I can keep an eye on that. So, that's awesome. Ugh. I've been unemployed for like, I don't know, I'm going on several months now because of when I lost my job at I was working at a factory, and I lost my job after I got sick, with a heat intolerance out of nowhere. So I've been trying to find something that's just back into retail or something to just get a paycheck and, you know, still be able to stream and stuff. My streaming hours might change a bit, but there's always VODs and stuff on YouTube too. So, awesome, awesome. It's almost like a weight lifted off my shoulder. Even if it's just a seasonal position. Everything is so much of a higher level over me. Get as many things for XP that I can. Ooh, a steel. Since there are several things a higher level than me, that's gonna be good to have. Sprint disabled? Oh no. Whatever will I do? I did unmute, right? I have a bad habit of not unmuting. I did unmute. Okay, cool. I just, my brain's all over the place now. That's, finally. I've been stressed because I was expecting to call back a little sooner, but being able to get bills and stuff paid up again will be wonderful. Oh, that's the key room. I might as well just kill this out. Honestly, I can't wait to get level 50. Oh, hey, Succubus. Do this on my computer. Yeah, I can do it on my phone. I'm gonna be multitasking, so I'm gonna be a little bit quieter. Ooh, I might have to do this on my computer. Well, if it's the same sign, then I may. My brother. My brother. He's about 9 years older than I am. So when I was growing up, he played a lot of 7, a lot of 8, and it got me into what was my first Final Fantasy that I owned, which was Final Fantasy 9. When I was a kid, I also had a strategy guide for it and stuff. I would have probably been about, I don't know, 4 or 5 at the time, I think. Give or take. I was really young when 9 came out. But probably around 5 or 6-ish, I think. But had a lot of influence on me getting into games in general. But it's basically him always playing 7 and 8. Also got a PS2, played 10, and ever since then I tried out a lot of the other ones. Like, my first time ever playing 1 or 2, I had a PSP, and they had those, like, anniversary editions of 1 and 2, I think, the 20th anniversaries or something like that. Which was basically like a PSP version of the GBA ports, I believe. And I played those. And for like 3, played it on the DS, and 4 as well. I think those were my first times. When they were added to the Wii, on WiiWare, that's how I played a lot of the more original ones. But PSP also allowed me to have 7, 8, and 9 on the PlayStation. What is it called? PlayStation Classics, I think is what they call that. But a lot of it's definitely just from being around him when he played up when I was growing up. Because he also played a lot of other things. He played a lot of, like, oh right, my sustaining potions on cooldown. But it's basically Final Fantasy is what helped me develop my love of RPG games, so. And when it came to like Shin Megami Tensei and stuff, just the people I've met introduced me to a lot of those. Yeah. Can all blame my brother for getting me into Final Fantasy. But it's honestly kind of like it's a big part of my life. I want to try to collect all of the games physically at some point. I've had to unfortunately sell a fair amount of games in recent past, like I said, when I lost my job and everything. But the games I have made sure to keep for sure have been all the Final Fantasies I have. We have a local game store that gets in a lot of old stuff sometimes, so I've got like the PS1 versions of everything. I don't have like any of the original cartridges of like uh, 1, 4, or 6, or if you really think about it, 1, 2, or 3. But what I do have is PS1 versions of 4 and Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy Tactics 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 10 and 10-2 on the PS2. I've got 12 on the PS2. I've got 11 on the PS2 as just a collector piece. Oh yeah. Like I said, it's been a little bit hard lately, but hey, things are finally looking up. Just got the called for a seasonal position, and if I can just hang on to that and keep streaming and everything, that's one thing I'm not willing to give up is my game time for 14 that I do with other people from the higher end content. And now that I'm finally back into streaming, I've been really enjoying it, so I'll be able to actually formulate a real schedule on Twitch, which will be nice. Because I can formulate it around my raid times on 14 and work days. So with that, I can also probably plan what games I want to play on those days as well. Whether it be Final Fantasy 9, I'm probably gonna start with Persona 3 Reload and my Palace of the Dead runs. Either do 2, 2, and 1, or if I can stream that much. I don't know what my hours are gonna look like. But I'm excited. I'm excited. Okay. There we go. Here we do that. But honestly, having some folks like yourself who have been consistent viewers have been giving me some motivation to actually do this and stuff, and it's been very awesome. Because I just like sitting here talking about the things I enjoy. It's a good time. Wow, Shadow Dragon. Should've probably killed some enemies in that other room. Yeah, I appreciate it. I think I just swift casted a fast cast by accident. I've been really enjoying getting back into it. There was a small amount of time I was doing it before, but something came up and I had to stop for a while. And being able to actually get back on it has been... I've actually beaten some games, and that's been kind of huge for me. I think last time I was streaming, I was trying to play through Parasite Eve. But honestly, I gotta have some better stuff for my retro gaming for capturing it and whatnot. If I ever get a better capture card, I'll probably play some stuff from my consoles as well, and not just Steam. But as of right now, it's mostly just Steam stuff. It's just I've got a lot of I got a lot of plans for things I want to do. It's just a matter of being able to get them, but currently my Steam library has enough to keep me busy for long enough. I've also been trying to think if I wanted to try some horror games or something for October, but I don't really play a lot of horror games. I didn't look up that game you had mentioned earlier. I need to. Remind me to do that. I got distracted with other things. Silver Star Story? A Lunar Star Story? What was it? I meant to look that up, and I forgot. Try to get away from Monk. Also, fun fact, I don't know if I've stated it yet on stream, but like my least favorite Final Fantasy game is 2. Because I just don't like the leveling system of Final Fantasy 2. I just think that's a fun little fact, how out of all of them, it's like the second game. But if I can ever find a good capture card for any of my retro games and stuff, I have Final Fantasy VII Dirge of Cerberus on my PS2 as well. But anytime I stream from the capture card I have, it's exceedingly dark and hard to see anything. So I'm wanting to see if I can't invest in a better capture card or something at some point for playing those. True, that is true. Link's Adventure was one of the few Zelda games I could never really understand how to play very well. Doesn't have a lot of guidance, but like the gameplay style didn't really bother me too bad. I mean, the side-scrolling stuff was a bit strange, but I also like side-scrollers. I always got lost in the original Zelda games. I never really picked up Zelda until Link to the Past. Link to the Past was one of my favorite games growing up. I had it on my Game Boy Advance. But I'll definitely get around to playing 2 and 3 at some point. I'm just kind of skipping around on games. I actually really like 3, though. I'm just trying to decide when I play 3 if I should play the 3D version or if I should play the Pixel Remaster. Because the one I've only ever really played was the 3D version, because I really like the 3D version. Always be fun. If I can ever get my Switch or anything hooked up, I always play a Zelda game or something. Dang. It's been a while since I sat down and played a Zelda game all the way through. I'm almost level capped for these, which is good. Earlier I was underleveled. Still a bit underleveled, but not by enough to matter. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm also getting this thing for this done over here. I gotta keep an eye on my email for that thing. I don't want it to expire or anything today. kill these guys real quick. Hammer is so strong. What do I get at level 60? What is it? Subtractive palette? I guess subtractive palette and palette gauge. Alright. I keep walking back into the same room. I'm so smart. I can probably go ahead and go and it'd be fine. I'm almost done with this floor set, so I'm not too worried about getting level cap or anything for this content. Ooh, rage. I'm actually starting to get some Pomanders that I've been lacking. Dang. Blind is so unfortunate. It's like that fell and it makes you miss with a really strong attack. Oh boy, there's a world boss up. I don't think I got anything from that one though. Oh wait, this is the boss floor. I should hang on to what I have for the boss. It's only 3 levels above me. I got this. Probably save my palm muse for the ads there. Things up scream, so I do appreciate Hammer doing like 3% of his health. Honestly, I'm just gonna win. 3, 2, 1. Woohoo! I did it. What's my tones looking like? That's good enough. Alright. Except before we get to the 50 floor sets, which normally, oddly enough, go faster, so. I'm gonna start off with getting the last few of my levels that I need. I don't need Serenity right now. Oops. Smash my head into the wall. I wonder if I should use the strength. Just make these a little faster. I have 3 of them. What's worse that can happen? I'm not honestly too worried about running out of commanders or anything. Honestly, just trying to get level 60 so I can get subtractive palette and start hitting things a lot harder. Damn, it did like over half his health. Where is the... there it is. Fortune? Oh, this floor is big. Another 2 levels, and I'll be level cap for House of the Dead. I gotta stop one-shotting stuff, it keeps throwing me off. I wish Enhanced Smudge was in Palace of the Dead just for that extra little speed boost. Intuition, huh? I don't necessarily need that right now. Huh? Uh-oh. This boot decided to attack me. Oh, straight shot. All the way down. Alright, awesome. Dang, I could have used a witching there. But now we have officially hit the point where I can just kind of go. Though I gotta kill this guy because he's straight up in my way. Safety. I should use that safety. Shit. Key. Who are you? A mimic. It's always a mimic. Blind is very unfortunate. Dang it. Everything is out to get me, I swear. Oh, So it's subtractive palette activated. That explains why I can't hit the button. Persona. No items isn't that big of a deal. Okay. You love it when, gotta love it when you can just kill things and be done. Oh hey, strength refill. Puts me at 3 at everything, right? Except for alteration, which I don't care about, and raising, and the other one, resolution. But I don't need those till later. Heck, resolution, so I didn't spawn this early, so. Nothing detrimental on this floor. Just kill everything in one little go. Oh, wait. Laser beam. You know, I think I'm going to go back to doing my method of just doing 50 floors at a time and then playing something a little bit of something else. I don't want to burn myself out on this too hard, right? I think 50 floors at a time is pretty comfortable. So what I might do is I might continue Final Fantasy 9 the next time I stream, maybe start Persona 3. Because that'll give me about, I gotta go at 5? If I can get another hour into 9 and figure out the controller issues, that would be pretty neat. I am Frog. Paralyzed Frog. Alright. I have plenty of time to get out. Just slap. I'm gonna go ahead and paint up. back-to-back thingy. Oh, when I look away, that's a good time to paint. Okay. Hydrants. What's up? Almost done with this set. Alright. Well, floor 50's done. Some of them have gotten in the, my 2-hole sacks. Wow, I got a modern aesthetics. I think I probably have that one. Yep. Wait, what's that coin for? Oh, that's one from Sindoria. Got it. The thing is with 4, the funny thing about 4, though, to me, is like, it's a good game, right? I enjoy 4. Unless you time traveled. Let's go. I love streaming for negative 5,300 seconds. It's my favorite amount of time to stream for. The funny thing about 4 to me is just how, like, how it gets rid of each party member. Because, like, it does it in such a way where it doesn't feel like it starts to feel like it doesn't mean anything. Especially when you're in the underworld. Especially in the underworld. Considering I only have, like, another hour or so, I'm just gonna keep going, actually. I thought about going over for 9 for a little bit, but I don't have that much time left before I gotta go do something. Where am I? To be fair, we're kind of at the speedrun floors now. Let's go. Time to find the key. Oh, hey, the key. The Sarissa special. Right? I'm so happy that I didn't just explode and kill myself as soon as I got to 50. It's like, damn, I just started this run. I would have had to roll for another job and get, like, Black Mage, because I know how bad they... You've told me how bad they are, and yet I'm still just like, what if I just kept them on there, because it would be funny. It was funny, though, when I rolled it, the, on stream, because I had the... I don't know, I think I did it wrong. And it had the wheel, but it didn't actually spin on stream like it did on the browser. So, like, I was just like, okay, just so I'm telling the truth, let me just pull up the entire browser. I was just like, it does actually say Picto. Hammer is so strong in Palace of the Dead, it's not even funny. Amber. I don't know, every time I play Picto now, I just think of Ash going Hamber all the time. It's so funny. Oh hey, there's that witching I had to use earlier. Or had to use, but used it due to safety reasons. Well, now that I am officially done with leveling, I can just use these. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Why are these things not aggroing me? Right? That was pretty funny. You know, I think this is the first time I'm actually just pulling a bunch of stuff and AoEing them down. I think it's just because the AoE capabilities of Picto are a lot better than most other jobs. Optical intrusion? What are you on about? What is optical intrusion? Is that an actual attack or am I insane? Oh, not player attacks. For a second, I thought you meant like, oh yeah, Sage, you know, Sage has that ability, optical intrusion. It's like, no, I don't know about the attack Sage has called optical intrusion. For a second, I was very confused. Maybe I didn't sleep long enough. Wow. Strength for days. Oh, hey, it's Cloud. I don't know if you saw on the thing, but I got the phone call back a second ago. I just so happened to have been taking a break outside in Gridania for a second, and I got a phone call back for job. So I'm very, very, very happy about that. Right? Exactly. So, I'll actually be able to start, even if it is just like a seasonal thing. I'm just like, it's something to help me get by, and even if it's seasonal, hopefully like I'll still have time to do everything. You know, raids shouldn't be affected by it whatsoever because it's, again, retail work. So like, hopefully they're not open at 2 to 5 a.m. You know what I mean? Which I know they're not open from 2 to 5 a.m. So, my time, I guess. Not to mention, I did up front tell them my availability was what my availability was. I was just like, yeah, like if you ever need me to come in like at 6 or something, that's fine. It's just on the weekends I need 2 to 5 a.m. off. Ain't no way. Mm-hmm. Granted, yeah, yeah, I remember all that when my first retail job started closing because of COVID. I was still working all the way through that because I worked retail at the time. And I'll be right back to it, but it's what I'm comfortable with, so I'm excited, and I know my body won't hate it, because guess what? I'm not gonna be in 100-degree weather. Bum, bum, bum. I don't care about intuition, I'm just here to clear the floors. Like, I've been to 180 at this point. I'm just like, I just want to get to a point to where there are no enemies on this floor. Oh, there's a pot right there. Oh, I'm done. Yeah. But, I'll definitely keep everything posted too, making sure, but I'm gonna start being more upfront with my work. I'm like, no, I can't work all the time. I've gotta have some work-life balance or I'm going to go insane. If this floor is small, I will use that rage. I'll use the rage, I guess. Even if it's just to kill a few things. If I have to backtrack, it's not that big of a deal. Oh, I might want to be on the hotbar for this. Frog. Frog has no effect. True. That's one thing about retail that I never minded is like, it's like a lot of the times you can kind of be upfront with them. And just like since last time I worked retail though, it's like hell when I worked at the factory I only had Saturday and Sundays off. And it was always a set, what was it, 2 to 10, and I absolutely hated that because like, I don't know, I don't like working those late hours, so like, if I just have some more free time and being able to keep up streaming and everything after work and stuff, like I'll have more energy with it. I'll tell you more about what the position is after stream. I don't want to just sit here typing to you, but I'm gonna tell you a little bit because it's, you know, I'm still waiting on some more of the emails to come in through for the offer letters and stuff though. So this floor has given me so many strengths. I've had strength up this entire time. It's kind of awesome. Oh, come on. Thank you for the echo drops, Drens. You know what? Screw these. They're normal quality. Nobody wants them. I got ones that were made by you. That's the better. That is a luring trap. True. Sir, why do you have to be coming up behind me like that? Should have used a witching, but honestly, I don't feel threatened enough to use a witching. Oh, maybe I should feel threatened enough. I forgot my potion was out. It's fine. I have tempura batter. Slather some on my face. Alright, time for this guy. Yeah, I normally try to keep it up all the time. Oh, maybe the reason I didn't have it up because I just used an echo drop. That's actually probably why. I forgot to use wing. Swift cast. Oh. I'm not moving. I will only move unless you make me move. Proceeds to make me move. I am a bit of a brat sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. Time for hammer stamper. Make sure my auto attacks are rolling for that extra 20 damage. I'm assuming if or when I get to Behemoth on Picto, one of the things I'm going to want to do is when it gets down low enough health is to, right? I'm trying to see how much it hurts. 61. Let's go. 45. 48. 44. 45. 48. There we go. I gotta have a little bit of fun with this before I start having to get serious. At least on the bright side, I'm not eating up all my strength pots by accidentally hitting them when I'm playing on Picto. Strength. Damn, I called it. Use the food because the extra health and stuff is nice. Alright, I can just kind of pull everything. Oh, I can just pull everything. Palmonas, have them up and then burst. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Oh no, I felt like I had everything up for Machinist and everything. I don't know. I don't know how to do a good burst as Machinist. At least with Picto, it should be fairly simple. Tell me where to go. Okay, I would've went the wrong way. Out of my way, losers. Two apiece. Two purple, rather. So I had a raising up, so I had a second shot, but with full Vuln stacks and everything else on Behemoth, I was only able to eat about 2. And he died, like, I died when he was at, like, 5%. I just didn't have the damage output. So I had my health rolling the whole time. I was locked in to the best of my ability and everything, but it just wasn't enough. I had reassemble drill, I had the turret, and that's really all a machinist has at that level. At least here I can try to make it to where I have where I have subtractive up and maybe do more damage, or maybe the faster casts would be better. I'm honestly not sure which ones would actually be more better in the long run, because subtractives having a potency, you know, that one being 310 and like water and blue being 390 and 350, and then stone and yellow 600, 640. So I think the extra little amount of time is better for like almost double the amount of potency. That's basically double the amount of potency. It literally goes from fire and red 310 to being 560. So probably still using subtractive and stuff on it would be very helpful. Come with me. Set me free. I forgot to use my buttons. But also, if Ecliptic is better magic defense, wouldn't Caster actually have a little bit more of an advantage? Because Meteor is magic damage, isn't it? Oh, it's flat. Okay. So, even if I use mitts and stuff, it won't matter. So, okay. So, first things first, being topped off is important. Oh, actually using a dex pot. See, I didn't have dex pots or anything like that. I wonder if I should have some imp pots for me then. Thing is, I did watch a POV when I did it, just not as machinist. Because I watched a POV, but they were, like, just to see the mechanics, and they were on Red Mage. But Red Mage also has Verkeer, so... Oh. Get squished? Get lasered. Well, damn. Door's not wanting to open. Oh, there's a wyvern right there. land the first hit right at the start of Charybdis. Of a Charybdis cast. So I was waiting until he used Trounce to do it, because by the time he was low enough and I had everything up, he was in the middle of walking away and casting Trounce. But if Charybdis is a longer cast or something, that would make more sense to use it during Charybdis. Really? No, but that's slightly shorter. That adds up in time. Okay. Might actually bring me some int pots too, just for increased damage for this. If I get to that set. If I don't get to that set, I'll just roll the wheel and go again, right? Keep it a little bit more interesting. Yeah. That's kind of what I was trying to do. I was trying to time using my attacks and all. So that makes a lot of sense, actually. So honestly, I was just kind of doing it wrong, ultimately. Yeah. And that's basically what happened to me, is like, I had my pots rolling, and I used the standard pot. Ooh, Rage. Rage right next to this. Yeah, I mean, again, another thing that's cool is I got experience with getting 180. And like I said, it's probably going to take me a couple of times to even ever kill Behemoth. But honestly, just doing it as random jobs is fun enough. I know Behemoth is going to be... It's going to be fun. Ooh, steal. I love stealing steals. Steal, steal, steal. Let's grab a couple of things and go. kind of the way I see it about Machinist too. Is I wonder if it's just because I'm not familiar enough with the Behemoth boss fight as well. It's not like, you know, being on Warrior with raw intuition and equilibrium and stuff, having those self-heal things, or even in Invuln, or like Red Mage having Verkeer. Honestly, if it's just flat, a healer just being able to cure oneself up. That's why I'm just like, this is all just a part of a process. I have faith that I can do it. I mean, granted, it's different from Savage content, but just as somebody who can understand raids pretty quickly, I just have to find the pattern. It's basically like, it's almost like progging an ultimate almost. Like, you have to get there to do it, you know? Again, I've never super progged an ultimate, but... Right. That's another thing that's gonna throw me off. Just like just having to stop and just walk around in a circle waiting for cooldowns and stuff. It's like, I guess I gotta do what I gotta do for the game, though. That's why I'm only ever gonna do one solo run. Like, once I get the Necromancer title, that's it. Like, I'm done. I'm just gonna move on to Heaven on High or Eureka, because those actually sound a lot more... After doing them again, I feel like they would be a lot more fun to do solo, because they're a lot shorter. Like... The 1 to 100... is... It feels a lot more manageable than getting... What? A 4-person run of this takes like 7 to 8 hours to get to 1 to 200 in a day, and we're sitting there doing a 4-person run for, or 50 to 200, and I'm having to do 1 to 200 for the Necromancer title. Every job feels better at 70 than 60. That's also another big thing. Like, I was looking at this, and I was like, oh yeah, what do I have? It's like, oh, I don't even have like a raid like the buff or anything, or the faster casts for subtractive and stuff. It's a bit unfortunate. Like, I actually have Story Muse. And like, if I was on Reaper at 70, I'm pretty sure that's when Reaper gets Enshroud, and Enshroud's my favorite part because it's just, it goes burr. Anyway, I guess I should fight this fish. Fishy, 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 fishy. Like, I want the Necromancer title because, like, I feel like that's kind of an achievement to do this solo. As far as damage goes, I do feel like I'm comfortably able to do more damage as Picto than, say, Machinist. So, like, if I can actually get to 180 after getting my experience of how to do 1 through 170 and whatnot. As long as that freaking frog doesn't grab me again, though I think I understand the frogs a lot better now. Because I remember I was, like, sitting up right on top of them. That's really interesting, honestly. I didn't know that. I don't really play Paladin, but that makes a lot of sense. Because I know... part of me feels like Paladin would be good in this particular thing, but knowing that it's just because it doesn't have the damage output at 60 is... That makes a lot of sense. Because, you know, I kind of think of Paladin as being able to, the stun. Just, you know, the stun alone is really good, I feel like, for Palace and Heaven on High and stuff, but just not having the damage. I know Warrior's always going to be high up there because it's Warrior. Okay. Bum bum bum. I'm trying to think if I have time to do another set. How long have these sets been taking me? Because I'm also getting hungry and I want to eat before I have the thing to do. How long have I been streaming? Yeah, 2.5 hours. Considering I want to eat and I actually have to cook something, I got my run started. Depending on the information I get for the job, I'm going to be streaming again, like, later-ish. And by that, I mean, depending on the schedules and stuff, I'll be able to make schedules. That being said, I'm going to start, expanding how many games I'm playing at a time. So after I get a little bit more progress in Final Fantasy IX, I'm probably going to start a Persona game or something as well, in between doing Palace of the Dead and everything like that. So just for now, I'm going to go ahead and stream so I can get something to eat and go take care of what I need to do. So, thanks, Strins, for hanging out, and I don't know if you're still there, Rick. It was awesome talking to you some more. But I'll talk to you a little bit more. Exactly, Pixel, Persona, and Palace, exactly. Even though I'm on Final Fantasy IX, which isn't a Pixel remaster anymore. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Have a great day, and yeah, talk to you all later.